He made a big hit in Ruthless People and Beverly Hills Cop. But can Judge Reinhold make the grade as a high school basketball hero who's just a step too slow? Next.
In October, welcome home the best of today's quality movie hits with Festival Today. 30 years ago in war-torn Greece, a mother made the supreme effort.
Escape? Are you mad? With children?
And the supreme sacrifice.
You're charged with organizing the escape.
Now her son is searching for the truth.
She was tortured.
We're going to have a trial.
Who gave the order?
You're going to confess your crimes.
All I did was to help my children escape.
John Malkovich, Kate Nelligan, the true story of Eleni. Then, a murder too horrible to believe.
You think I killed my wife? Prove it.
You're never going to get him off.
If you didn't do it, I'll get him off.
You want people to say you think he could have done that to his own wife.
She is his lawyer and his lover.
He's innocent and you know it.
But is she the next victim?
He is not a psychopath. He is an Iceman.
Glenn Close, Jeff Bridges,
A guy like him, you never know.
Jagged Edge. And Glenn Close returns as a respectable married lady who has a problem.
I was possessed by Maxine Malone.
Now, possession is a very shadowy area.
Maxine Malone was in my body and you slept with her.
Honey, I told her to leave.
Glenn Close, Mandy Patinkin, and Ruth Gordon in Maxine.
See you later.
Then,
This is London.
he had the courage to bring the war home to America.
I issued a direct order, damn it. Now, why did you go up in that Lancaster?
That's where the war is, Bill.
And the integrity to become the conscience of a nation.
I want everybody to know that Edward R. Murrow is CBS News.
And he became a television legend.
This is going to be a tough one. After tonight, they're all going to be tough.
This is a business, for God's sake.
Is that all we are, Bill?
Daniel J. Travanti in the true story of Murrow. The great movies of Festival Today. Quality entertainment you'll welcome home all this month from Festival.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
You move like a baboon.
More powerful than a locomotive.
You move like a pregnant yak.
Able to leap from the Statue of Liberty in a single bound.
Sounds good to me.
Look up in the sky. Is it a bird?
Hey, what are you guys, crazy?
Is it a plane?
I should damn well hope not.
No, yes, it's...
Who?
Who the hell are you?
It's Remo Williams.
Ta-da!
An all-American hero.
People here in New York have manners.
Who learned all he knows from one little man.
I am not entirely dissatisfied.
Oh, he always talks like that. He's Korean.
Join Joel Grey and Fred Ward for an action-packed adventure.
I personally guarantee it.
Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins on Festival.
On this week's episode of Philip Marlowe, Private Eye.
Nobody here but us reception committee.
What's the angle?
Business.
Marlowe's in for some rough stuff when he gets in the mob's way.
The big boy wants to see you.
I'm Frank Dorr, Mr. Marlowe. And we'll get along better if you leave the wisecracks in the back alleys you normally frequent.
No dice.
You just talked your life away.
And he finds out the hard way that he's been set up for a fall.
Good breaks.
Caught in a web of corruption, blackmail, and murder.
Is he a friend of yours? Son.
Powers Booth stars in Finger Man. This week's episode of Philip Marlowe, Private Eye. Saddle up for comedy and adventure as Gene Hackman, James Coburn, and Candice Bergen bite the bullet in a grueling race across the wild, wild West. Next.
We've got romance, drama, adventure, and those silver screen stars of yesteryear.
Very well said.
Every Tuesday night in October, when you'll welcome home our Hollywood classics. The legendary James Dean takes his first step to stardom in John Steinbeck's East of Eden.
I know why you didn't love me. Because I'm like my mother, and you never forgave yourself for having loved her.
It's a powerful family drama with Raymond Massey, Julie Harris, and Joe Van Fleet. Then, Claudette Colbert breaks her favorite student's heart when she falls for John Payne in Remember the Day.
It's hard to grow up, Dewey. But you mustn't let anyone or anything throw you off your course.
And it's a course to freedom the Duke is after, as John Wayne and Lauren Bacall find romance and adventure behind enemy lines.
Why did you kill him?
Seemed like a good idea.
In Blood Alley. Then Cary Grant and Irene Dunn don't quite know what they want in the hilarious comedy nominated for 5 Academy Awards, The Awful Truth.
Here's hoping you and Barbara will be very happy, which I doubt very much.
No, let's drink to your happiness with Buffalo Bill.
Good.
Which doesn't even make sense.
So for those classic tales with the Hollywood stars of yesteryear, your place to be every Tuesday evening in October is Festival.
I am a scientist. I have a story that I must get to the West.
For an American convicted of espionage,
I'm American.
there is only one destination. Gulag.
Here there are no Russians or Americans. They're only prisoners.
He's not even dead yet.
Just wait till you've been here a few years.
The sooner you accept the fact that you're going to be here for a very long time, the better off you'll be.
For an American in the Russian Gulag, there is only one challenge, survival.
Why shouldn't they want to make a break? You actually think you're going to get out of here, don't you?
And only one hope, an impossible escape.
I'm dead, chicken. Does your mind still work? Does your limbs still work? These are victories.
David Keith.
You want from me?
Malcolm McDowell.
I want to go with you.
Gulag.
A passionate revolution.
A mission of mercy.
A kidnapped heiress.
$100,000 for a wife. She must be a lot of woman. Certain women have a way of changing some boys into men. And some men back into boys. That's a woman worth saving.
And the professionals. 2 men willing to fight for any cause at a price.
You
You want us to go back to Mexico? This time strictly for cash.
But does the lady really want to be saved?
Go to hell.
Yes, ma'am. I'm on my way.
A desperate battle of wills, starring Claudia Cardinale, Burt Lancaster, and Lee Marvin as the professionals.
Yeah.
Here on Festival.
The following movie has been rated PG by the Motion Picture Association of America.
Visit the magnificent forests of India and Nepal to catch a rare glimpse of the Bengal tiger. Festival's award-winning survival series, Tiger, Tiger, next.
And now, a special presentation of the Festival Free Preview with your host, Les Reed.
Hello there, and welcome. This is Festival. It's a special free preview of an exciting brand new programming service that's available from your cable system. Welcome. I hope you've had the opportunity to sample some of the great programming that's coming your way. Festival has a different look to it if you've seen premium programming services before, because we carefully select the programming that you're going to see in the schedule each and every month. Festival's got that quality without the sex and violence involved. And Festival, you can trust the programming each and every month that's coming into your home. You know, it's based on what we have listened to over the years. You, the viewer, continue to ask for more true stories, for more Hollywood classic movies. And based on that, we put together an exciting schedule. Each and every month, as a subscriber to Festival, you'll get this program guide. The more you use the guide, the more value you're going to receive each and every month from this exciting new service. Like the service, 1-800-982-0200, or you can call the local number that's on your screen and learn about the discounted installation offer. Give you a better idea of the fun and excitement that Festival offers you. Take a look at what's coming up your way this month on Festival. Watch.
Take a look at the great entertainment you'll welcome home in October on Festival. Attorney Glenn Close must choose between her heart and her integrity when she defends Jeff Bridges in The Jagged Edge. Then, Daniel J. Travanti stars as one of America's most beloved newsmen, Edward R. Murrow.
Good night.
And you classic movie lovers won't want to miss the legendary James Dean.
I gotta know who I am.
In East of Eden, the film that catapulted him to stardom. October also brings a special look at the fabulous 40s, the big bands, Pearl Harbor, Life on the Home Front, and 4 great films with stars like Burt Lancaster and Montgomery Clift in From Here to Eternity. And if you love a good murder mystery, Emmy Award winner Powers Booth is back with 4 more suspenseful episodes as
Marlowe, Philip Marlowe.
You're never alone when you come home. It's great entertainment. You just can't lose when you're choosing Festival. Come on!
Join us in October for all this great entertainment and more on
Festival.
That's Festival. It's just a sample of the fun and excitement that you're going to see each and every month with this exciting new service. If you're looking for quality entertainment that the whole family can enjoy together, you want to give us a call right now. You know, it's the entertainment that the way they used to make it, and they still do, the quality entertainment that you said you've been looking for. Give us a call now, 1-800-982-0200, and let's go and enjoy more great entertainment from Festival.
Hello, I'm Clark Bittner. In October, we're going to have some real standouts in our Festival features, and I'll be back in just a minute to tell you more about them. But first, here's something short but sweet from our Festival collection.
The footage you are watching is of an actual Russian prison camp. The man who shot this film risked his life for it. Today, there are 2.5 million prisoners in the Russian Gulag, living in conditions every bit as debilitating as the Nazi concentration camps of World War II. Now, a riveting film takes you inside this rarely seen world. Starring David Keith and Malcolm McDowell, Gulag is the story of one American's torturous journey through the Russian prison system. But bringing this adventure to the screen took an effort as challenging and demanding as the story itself.
I am a scientist. I have a story that I must get to the West.
When Olympic hero Mickey Allman hears these words, he faces the most difficult dilemma of his young life.
We've been lucky. We've lived in a free country all our lives. These people haven't. Mickey is a person who achieved his goals early in life. He set out for something through most of his young life and achieved that early, which allows him to remain idealistic.
It is a young, naive Mickey Allman who is set up and arrested on charges of espionage. In prison, Mickey encounters a different, brutal system of justice. For the interiors of Lubyanka prison and the infamous holding cells, the producers selected an eerie, abandoned mental hospital outside of London, a place where Nijinsky is rumored to have died.
People around here say they hear screams and see things. They swear that they do. I pulled the nails out of the door of the morgue and went in and took a look at the table where they did the autopsies, and it's pretty spooky. The dogs won't go in there, they say.
The next indignity Mickey suffers is to be transported to the labor camp aboard a train car filled with other prisoners. A scene posing numerous complications for director Roger Young.
Every time I wanted to dolly or move the camera, it was a major problem because you had 50 people jammed into this train car, and it was easily 120 degrees. A miserable situation, but it made for a very good set.
Teamwork was essential for the monumental task of constructing an authentic Russian gulag.
It's depressing at times because you're in a prison, really, a prison picture, and you feel sort of caged up.
Working from eyewitness accounts and smuggled photographs, designer Keith Wilson created an imposing layout at the bottom of an old limestone quarry. Countless padded coats and fur hats were accumulated for the extras. Production crews carefully camouflaged the sometimes balmy temperatures, and painstaking attention was paid to minor details of prison life.
We have people on the set who have been in Russian prison camps who are constantly coming up to me and saying, that's not the way it is, it's like this. Unfortunately, many times what they tell me is just so horrendous that it's not picturable. Another thing that we're doing to make sure that the whole thing is authentic is we've hired a company who are called Russian Roulette, and they advise film companies about things in Russian.
It's amazing how simple movements, which are usual and well accepted in one country, do not translate if you ask, an ordinary English extra to do it. People smoke in a different way. For instance, we suggested that the guard on the post, he's not supposed to be smoking, so he hides a cigarette in the sleeve.
Upon arriving at the Gulag camp, Mickey meets a man who becomes both his adversary and his mentor.
Look, I'm just trying to help you survive here. The sooner you accept the fact that you're going to be here for a very long time, the better off you'll be.
It's an enjoyable role because he has this great survival quality, which is why I really wanted to do it.
The pairing of the well-honed talents of Malcolm McDowell with the bright promise of David Keith proved an inspired combination.
I love working with Malcolm. There's so much vivacity in him as a person that the character immediately, it's always alive. His eyes are dancing and everything's going all the time.
So when I yell action...
Directing only his second feature film, Roger Young comes from a distinguished career on such acclaimed television series as Lou Grant and Magnum P.I.
Good, just take a look at that, Chuck. It's been a very collaborative movie, and I love to get actors who have ideas and who I have the chance to say, what do you think about this? And we'll all sit down and talk about it. To me, that's the joy of working.
Allman, Mikhail.
It takes a dramatic incident to persuade Mickey to attempt the impossible. As the prisoners line up to receive their monthly packages from home, they know full well that should theirs not arrive, it means their families have been told they are dead.
Well, look in the pile over there. I know I got a package from my wife. I know I got a package. I know I got a package from my wife. What are you doing? That's when he realizes that he has nothing more to lose. It doesn't matter the cost of an attempted escape, because either die or escape. And he'd rather do either one than stay here.
I've studied Russian. What do you want from me? I want to go with you. I don't want to die here.
But even more harrowing adventures lay ahead as they risk a 1,000,000-to-1 plan of escape, only to face a perilous trek across ice and snow to the Norwegian border.
One of the hardships of doing a film like this is it got to sub-zero temperatures up in Finse in Norway, where we were shooting a lot of the escape.
It was extremely cold. All the whiskers were icicles on our faces. Snowing sideways, you know, just right into your face, freezing cold.
During the filming of this scene, actor Warren Clark required emergency treatment after suffering the early stages of hypothermia.
The first week I was there, I fell in a hole that went up to about my waist, and when they came and pulled me out, the entire earth underneath us just went away.
In a dramatic scene near the end of the movie, an approaching helicopter forces our heroes to take cover underneath the Arctic snows. To get this shot on film, actors David Keith, Malcolm McDowell, and Warren Clark were completely buried in rock salt, with only a thin blanket for protection. A frightening prospect, but all in a day's work, in a production as challenging as the Gulag itself.
Here we go, stand by.
Ready to take one number then.
My hand is going to be next to it, and that's the helicopter. Here we go. David comes first. And David! 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 Everybody! Here's the helicopter. You made it. Get up. Good.
Wait, you take one.
Did you hear it?
What, barely.
I know.
We're down there rapping.
David, go.
Great.
Well, John, well done, lads.
That was the worst experience.
Okay, take two. You get over
I need
there.
sufficient ships now. All the salt.
You really couldn't hear me, huh?
No, not a word. Maybe Warren Party down there.
I didn't like it under there.
In October, 2 of our adventure features are disaster movies. Now, this refers to what happens in the movies, not to the films themselves. They're star-filled extravaganzas that are very popular at the box office. For example, Beyond the Poseidon Adventure stars Michael Caine, Sally Field, Telly Savalas, Carl Malden, and many more. They're all trying to escape from a ship trapped on the ocean floor. Half the fun of these films has to be trying to guess who'll still be around at the end. Avalanche, as you might guess, takes place at a ski resort, and it stars Rock Hudson and Mia Farrow. Now, our third movie, Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins, seems like a good old straightforward action film. But look again. There's a lot of fun and surprises, like cabaret star Joel Grey. I'll just tell you that he's in this scene somewhere.
Hold it! I don't want to kill you, but I will if I have to.
While our adventures were action-packed, our drama segment is just plain packed. So I'm going to just get right down to it. Steel stars Lee Majors and Art Carney as builders in a race against time and corrupt bankers. Gloria is about a different kind of steel when a woman's strength is tested to its limit. Then we have 2 fine films, both set in the school system. Teachers stars Nick Nolte and Judd Hirsch in a strong lesson about the state of our public schools. To Sir with Love is a classic. Its stars are Sidney Poitier and a wonderful theme song.
If you wanted the world, I'd surround it with a wall.
This month, I think you'll find our documentaries are full of fun and information. A man named Benjamin Harris published the first issue of a colonial newspaper way back in 1690. Unfortunately, it was also his last issue. The British arrested him immediately and closed down the paper. Now, that started a battle for freedom of the press that has lasted right up to our time. Our Remember When series looks back at this combative history of American journalism. In fact, I think you'll even recognize an old friend and battle veteran in this clip.
We are, as newcomers to this medium, rather impressed by the whole thing. Impressed, for example, that I can turn to Don Hewitt here and say, Don, will you push a button and bring in the Atlantic coast?
This is Camera 1 at a point of vantage on Governor's Island. There's the Narrows right down that way.
May we have the Pacific coast, please?
Hello, New York. This is the Golden Gate.
Thank you very much indeed, gentlemen. We, for our part, are considerably impressed. For the first time, man has been able to sit at home and look at two oceans at the same time. We're impressed with the importance of this medium. We shall hope to learn to use it and not to abuse it.
But if you're like me, after reading all the serious news, there's only one place left to turn, the comics. And our next documentary spotlights some of the most wonderful comics of all times. Here's a look at those fabulous Unfortunately, our nature feature is no laughing matter. In October, our survival series focuses on tigers. These mighty hunters are faced with a new battle, as the forests they depend on are being rapidly destroyed.
This, rather than the gun, is the weapon the tiger must fear today. In India, the tiger has complete protection from firearms. But the chainsaw is even more deadly than the bullet. This is what it kills. Tiger country.
You'd have to think Westerns would be an all-American category, right? Well, not always. Eagle's Wing is a very beautiful and a very British film. I think you're going to like their unique English twists on the old cowboy and Indian stories. Martin Sheen and Sam Waterston star in this one. Then we have two very different Westerns from the same director, Richard Brooks. He's made some classic films like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof and Elmer Gantry, which starred Burt Lancaster. Well, in The Professionals, Brooks teams up with Lancaster again for some old-fashioned Western excitement.
Rico? Piero? Is he finished?
Not yet, baby.
The other Brooks film, Bite the Bullet, is another type of Western adventure, as its stars compete in a one-of-a-kind horse race. Incidentally, the director and his wranglers were so careful with the horses they used to make this movie, they were commended by the Fund for Animals. So if you're an animal lover like me, there's nothing to worry about. Just sit back and enjoy the movie. In our Americana features, we try to find films with those wonderful qualities that are uniquely American. In October, I think we've gone right to the heart of the matter. Mark Twain has to be one of America's best-loved writers. And his love of a good story was almost as great as his love of a good invention. His home in Hartford was filled with all kinds of gadgets, among them a typewriter. In fact, he was the first author ever to send in a typewritten manuscript to a publisher. The story was Life on the Mississippi.
Ahoy! Steersman! Yes, sir. Isn't that shoal water ahead? Well, I don't see it. It can't be. What a Twain! What? Stop all engines! Oh, Ben, if you love me, backer! Oh, quit, Ben! That's your more soul out
Now, I think you're really going to like what you see this month on Festival. But what's really important is what you think. So if you have a few minutes to spare, drop us a line and let us know what you did or didn't like. Just write Festival, 1100 Avenue of the Americas, room 10-16, New York, New York, 10036. Until then, hoping you have a happy and safe October, I'm Clark Bittner for Festival.
Robert Lansing recaptures the romance of the long-lost days of steamboat travel when he stars as the young Mark Twain. Relive his adventurous life on the Mississippi. Next.
When news was radio, he gave it a voice. When news became television, he gave it a conscience. Festival is proud to present Murrow. From London rooftops, he brought home the war.
Is London.
He flew with our allies.
I issued a direct order, damn it. Now, why did you go up in that Lancaster?
It's where the war is, Bill.
But when fear gripped the airwaves, Edward R. Murrow got his toughest assignment.
You think Eisenhower or any of the real Republicans are going to do anything about McCarthy?
No, not right now. They're afraid of him.
30 seconds.
Okay, folks, come on, let's settle down here.
This is going to be a tough one.
After tonight, they're all going to be tough.
And as Murrow's hot issues plagued the front office.
Damn it, Bill, nobody consulted me. Nobody consulted me.
We got shoved over to the public service ghetto on Sunday afternoon. And now you're... All right, Fred, just take it easy.
The end of an era was close at hand. Edward Herman, Dabney Coleman, and Daniel J. Trabanti.
Good night, and good luck.
Murrow, this month on Festival.
Cal Trask is in search of truth.
I guess there's just a certain amount of good and bad you get from your parents, and I just got the bad.
That's not true.
Cal, listen to me. You can make of yourself anything you want. It's up to you. A man has a choice.
His choice was to look into the past in his struggle to understand the present.
I gotta know who I am. I gotta know what I'm like.
He must live with the pain of finding a mother he never knew he had.
Here, you might as well look at this now. It's a picture of your father and your mother on their wedding day. The first person I've ever showed it to.
Oh, I knew it was true.
How did you know it was true?
'Cause she ain't no good and I ain't no good. I knew there was a reason why I wasn't.
But some things are better left unknown.
I know why you didn't love me. 'Cause I'm like my mother, and you never forgave yourself for having loved her.
The legendary James Dean stars with Raymond Massey and Joe Van Fleet in John Steinbeck's powerful family drama, East of Eden, this month on Festival.
On this week's episode of Philip Marlowe, Private Eye.
Nobody here but us reception committee.
What's the angle?
Business.
Marlowe's in for some rough stuff when he gets in the mob's way.
The big boy wants to see you.
I'm Frank Dorr, Mr. Marlowe. You'll get along better if you leave the wisecracks in the back alleys you normally frequent.
No dice.
You just talked your life away.
And he finds out the hard way that he's been set up for a fall.
Good breaks.
Caught in a web of corruption, blackmail, and murder.
See a friend of yours.
Son.
Powers Booth stars in Finger Man. This week's episode of Philip Marlowe, Private Eye.
In October, Festival brings you 3 films from the decade known as the Fabulous 40s.
Tell me the story. There's always a story.
Even when the decade was young, there was only one story, the turbulent paradise of Pearl Harbor.
Okay, Fatso. If it's killing you, what? Come on.
From Here to Eternity, the award-winning story of the last days of peace and the first day of war. But weeks later, the whole nation was fighting, and the war effort stretched from the front lines to the factories to the Hollywood canteen. Dick Cavett hosts a look at yesteryear 1942.
Where do we go from here?
In 1944, 2 great stars were putting their best feet forward.
We're a fine pair.
We're a wonderful pair.
Gene Kelly and Rita Hayworth star in the song and dance romance Cover Girl. So join us for a lingering look at times gone by as Festival features the 40s.
was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with a draft. He's in the army now, a bow and reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy from Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he could not jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A root, a toot, a toodly-a-toot. He blows it 8 to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar are playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was some boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Wow! And when he played his boogie-woogie bugle, he was dizzy as a bee. And when he played, he made the company jump 8 to the bar. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. And a toot-toot, he blows 8 to the bar. And blow a note in the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
A special presentation of the Festival Free Preview with your host, Les Reed.
Hello there and welcome. This is Festival. It's a special free preview of an exciting brand new programming service that's available from your cable system. Welcome. I hope you've had the opportunity to sample some of the great programming that's coming your way. Festival has a different look to it if you've seen premium programming services before, because we carefully select the programming that you're going to see in the schedule each and every month. Festival's got that quality without the sex and violence involved. And Festival, you can trust the programming each and every month that's coming into your home. You know, it's based on what we have listened to over the years. You, the viewer, continue to ask for more true stories, for more Hollywood classic movies. And based on that, we put together an exciting schedule. Each and every month, as a subscriber to Festival, you'll get this program guide. The more you use the guide, the more value you're going to receive each and every month from this exciting new service. If you'd like the service, 1-800-982-0200, or you can call the local number that's on your screen and learn about the discounted installation offer. Give you a better idea of the fun and excitement that Festival offers you. Take a look at what's coming up your way this month on Festival. Watch.
Take a look at the great entertainment you'll welcome home in October on Festival. Attorney Glenn Close must choose between her heart and her integrity when she defends Jeff Bridges in The Jagged Edge. Then, Daniel J. Travanti stars as one of America's most beloved newsmen, Edward R. Murrow. Good night. And you classic movie lovers won't want to miss the legendary James Dean.
I gotta know who I am.
In East of Eden, the film that catapulted him to stardom. October also brings a special look at the fabulous 40s, the big bands, Pearl Harbor, Life on the Home Front, and 4 great films with stars like Burt Lancaster and Montgomery Clift in From Here to Eternity. And if you love a good murder mystery, Emmy Award winner Powers Booth is back with 4 more suspenseful episodes as
Marlowe, Philip Marlowe.
You're never alone when you come home. It's great entertainment. You just can't lose when you're choosing Festival.
Come on!
Join us in October for all this great entertainment and more on
Festival.
That's Festival. It's just a sample of the fun and excitement that you're going to see each and every month with this exciting new service. If you're looking for quality entertainment that the whole family can enjoy together, you want to give us a call right now. You know, it's the entertainment, that the way they used to make it, and they still do, the quality entertainment that you said you've been looking for. Give us a call now, 1-800-982-0200, and let's go and enjoy more great entertainment from Festival.